everybody, I'm R&B singer John B, and I'd like to say happy 28th anniversary to Arkansas's Martin Luther King Jr. Commission. Happy anniversary, y'all, and happy birthday, Dr. Martin Luther King. Rest in power.
Happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. I just never understood you. Oh, man, you got the
All right, and this goes out to all my people out there, everyone, out there. I don't usually do this, so a little bit of pressure, but this is from the heart. So, oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free, and the home of the brave.
Yes, we do live in a period where changes are taking place. And that is still the voice crying through the vista of time, saying, behold, I make all things new. Former things are passed away. Now, whenever anything new comes into history, it brings with it new challenges and new opportunities. First, we are challenged to develop a world perspective. No individual can live alone. No nation can live alone. And anyone who feels that he can live alone is sleeping through a revolution. The world in which we live is geographically one. The challenge that we face today is to make it one in terms of brotherhood. Now, it's true that the geographical oneness of this age has come into being to a large extent through modern man's scientific ingenuity. Modern man, through his scientific genius, has been able to dwarf distance and place time in chains. And our jet planes have compressed into minutes distances that once took weeks and even months. All of this tells us that our world is a neighborhood. Through our scientific and technological genius, we have made of this world a neighborhood, and yet we have not had the ethical commitment to make of it a brotherhood. But somehow and in some way we've got to do this. We must all learn to live together as brothers, or we will all perish together as fools.
Today, we join the world in celebrating the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and the towering influence that he had on the lives of many. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was born on January 15, 1929 in Atlanta, Georgia. Both his father and grandfather were ministers. His mother was a school teacher who taught him how to read before he went to school. Young Martin was an excellent student in school. He skipped grades in both elementary school and high school. Martin entered Morehouse College in Atlanta, Georgia when he was only 15 years old. He experienced racism early in life and decided to do something to make the world a better place. What follows today are tributes to his life and philosophy, which make up his legacy. They illustrate not only his values, but also his character. The Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission welcomes you to the largest event honoring the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., the Day of Impact, hosted virtually. The Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission is a division of the Arkansas Department of Education.
The Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission makes a difference. We make a difference through nonviolence. We make a difference through diversity. Hacemos la diferencia a través de la diversidad. We make a difference through education. We make a difference through service. I have a dream. I have a dream. We are the dream.
The Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission makes a difference.
Hi, I'm Deshaun Scarborough, Executive Director of the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission. I'd like to thank Arkansas Division of Workforce Services for your generous gift to the Arkansas King Commission. Your support throughout the years has been greatly influential in reaching more communities throughout our state. It is your continued support that sustains our mission.
Hey, I'm Melvin Williams of the legendary Williams Brothers, and I just want to say congratulations to the Arkansas Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Commission on 28 years of keeping Dr. King's dream alive and sharing his message of hope, peace, and nonviolence as he challenged us to choose love because hate is too great a burden for us to bear. And a special thanks to all of my friends in Arkansas Head of State Governor Azar Hutchinson, Lieutenant Governor Tim Griffins, and Attorney General Leslie Rutledge. And to my buddy, my partner, my friend, Executive Director Deshaun Scarborough, thank you so much for making this a better world for us to live in. Because love in need of love today. Don't delay, Senor, then right away. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there's just too little love. We need love. bless.
Hi, I'm Governor Asa Hutchinson. Martin Luther King Jr. marched for equality. In the face of hate and hostility, he saw what could be. Great leaders inspire others to act, to make a choice. Such was the case with Dr. King. His words, more importantly his actions, changed our country and the world forever. His message of peace, hope, reconciliation, nonviolence, and understanding is just as vital in 2020 as it was during his lifetime. The Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission is keeping Dr. King's dream alive through its nonviolence youth summits, the commemorative vigil in memory of the 50th anniversary of Dr. King's passing, and the MLK Interfaith Prayer Breakfast. Congratulations and thank you to the Commission for 28 years of service as you build the beloved community and share Dr. King's legacy in communities throughout the state.
Hi, this is Lieutenant Governor Tim Griffin. You know, Dr. King once said, everybody can be great because anybody can serve. Dr. King realized that the road to greatness was paved with footsteps of service. On this day of service, we salute all those who serve diligently. Our first responders, our law enforcement officers, and those who serve our country in the armed forces. We stand with them and we pray for them every day. As we salute their service, we admire their courage, bravery, and sacrifices in the most trying and testing of situations. We cannot thank them enough for their service. The Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission works with communities across the state to inspire service and volunteerism to honor the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Service to others builds the beloved community Dr. King dreamed of. Congratulations to the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission on 28 years of excellence and service.
I'm Attorney General Leslie Rutledge. As we honor the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King and recognize the 28 years of service of the Martin Luther King Commission in Arkansas, it's imperative that we remember the sacrifices of Americans and particularly Arkansans and the fight for justice. I stand humbly today beside the statues of the Little Rock Nine as they look onto the Capitol, directly into the governor's office, and reminding our state leaders the importance that a threat to justice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere, just as Dr. King said. Friends, this Martin Luther King Day, let's remember those sacrifices and let's remind ourselves never to go back. We cannot afford to have discrimination anywhere, and certainly not in the natural state. God bless you all. God bless Arkansas. And as always, friends, God bless United States of America.
This is Congressman French Hill, and I'm proud to represent and serve Arkansas's 2nd Congressional District in the U.S. House of Representatives in Washington, D.C. We pause today to remember the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Dr. King is memorialized in the nation's capital. If you have the opportunity to visit the King Monument, you can reflect on his teachings and principles which we celebrate today. The work that he did to promote peace, nonviolence, human equality, diversity, and reconciliation will be celebrated for generations to come. Today, his life and the words he spoke continue to resonate and inspire nations. One of Dr. King's most famous quotes is, "Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others?" He realized that a purpose-filled life involved service to others. It's an honor to salute the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and to commend the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission on its work throughout our state to continue his legacy through service. Congratulations on 28 years of service to the people of Arkansas.
Hi, everybody. I'm State Senator Joyce Elliott, and I'm standing here in front of the iconic Central High School, which I'm sure everybody recognizes. But I am here because Dr. King has a connection with this school historically. And I think most of you know that history, but he impacted so many lives. And he is the inspiration, of course, for the Martin Luther King Commission. And I bring to you greetings on behalf of the Legislative Black Caucus on their 28th year anniversary. I am so proud of this commission that works to promote and support policies that positively impact Arkansans in their lives. And as a person who was a teenager when Dr. King was at the height of who he was, I was in fact going into my senior year in high school when he was killed. It means a great deal to me that he walked on these grounds, and a great deal to me that Arkansas was important enough for him to be a part of who we were and take the time to be here. And I am extra proud that the legislature saw fit to create the Martin Luther King Commission, and in the name of a man who was real to me, who inspired me. So once again, to Deshaun Scarborough and everybody working at the commission, happy anniversary. And may we continue to walk in Dr. King's shoes and remember at this very important time that all of us, as he would tell us, every one of us is inextricably bound to the other. In this time, I ask you in the name of Dr. King, let's please, happy anniversary to you, but let's please do everything we can to help one another and protect one another.
I want to take this opportunity to thank my friend Deshaun Scarborough and the Martin Luther King Jr. Arkansas Commission for the extraordinary work that you have been doing to advance the legacy of my father in Arkansas, and I would dare say my mother as well. In a time when there's so many efforts to roll back the progress that they made in that movement, it is organizations like the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission that make a significant difference because you are daring to ensure that the issues of injustice and inequality are addressed and that they are faced and that they are dealt with. And so thank you for 28 years of persistence, and thank you for 28 years of determination, and thank you for 28 years of diligence in committing yourselves to the ideals of my father, Martin Luther King Jr. I appreciate all of the support that Deshaun and the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission has provided to the King Center. The many times that you have come and gone through our education and training in nonviolence, we deeply are grateful for that. And I look forward to our continuing alignment as the King Center builds out its beloved community network, which is coming. It's going to be manifested this time, and I'm excited about it. And so once again, I want to congratulate you, not just on a job well done, but I want to congratulate you on being a force in this time with so many others who are keeping the work of my father alive. I have a saying when I sign my books, I say the dream lives and the legacy continues. That is so true in the heart of Deshaun Scarborough and those who work with you, Deshaun, and it is so true through the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission. Thank you so much for your commitment, and thank you so much for your sacrifice. God bless you, and I look forward to continuing the movement.
Greetings, everybody in Little Rock, Arkansas. I am Angela Winbush. All the citizens and government officials, I'm honored to be with you and have been invited by Commissioner Deshaun Scarborough. I'm here to join you in the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. celebration. And whatever God takes you to, He'll certainly take you through. God bless you, everybody. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. 'Twas blind, but now I see. Oh, yes, I do. 'Twas grace that brought and taught my heart to fear, and grace my fears relieved. How precious, oh, did that grace appear the hour I first believed. Oh, yes, through many toils and snares I've come. I sure enough have come, already come through. 'Twas grace that brought me safe this far, and grace will lead me home. When we've been there 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun. Yeah, we're no less days to sing God's praise than when we first begun. Sing it with me, everybody. Sing it with me. Oh, yes, amazing grace. Sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now, thank God I'm found. 'Twas blind, but now I see. Oh, yeah. God bless you. I love you, Angela Winbush.
Hello, my name is Eddie Levert, and I want to wish a happy 28th anniversary to the Martin Luther King Jr. Commission. Your work is recognized all over the world, and I want to thank you for all that you do. God bless you. I'm Eddie Levert.
Happy anniversary to the Martin Luther King Jr. Commission. Thank you for all that you do. God bless you.
This is Eddie Levert of the OJ. And I just want to say congratulations.
Hello, I'm Johnny Key, Arkansas Secretary of Education. On this 28th anniversary of the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission, I want to express sincere congratulations to Director DeShawn Scarborough and to the Commission for your dedicated work to honor the life and legacy of Dr. King. I'm also honored and excited that the Commission's work is now part of our mission of the Arkansas Department of Education. Today, I'm reminded of the words of President Ronald Reagan in 1983 on the signing of the legislation creating the Martin Luther King Jr. National Holiday. President Reagan said, "So each year on Martin Luther King Day, let us not only recall Dr. King, but rededicate ourselves to the commandments he believed in and sought to live every day. Thou shalt love thy God with all thy heart, and thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. And I just have to believe that all of us, if all of us, young and old, Republicans and Democrats, do all we can to live up to these commandments, then we will see the day when Dr. King's dream comes true. And in his words, all of God's children will be able to sing with new meaning, land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride. From every mountainside, let freedom ring. Let us live our lives so that President Reagan's belief and Dr. King's dream will be our reality.
Hi, I'm Sharon Ingram. I hold the honor of serving as chairwoman for the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission. On behalf of our commissioners from Arkansas congressional districts throughout the state, I would like to congratulate the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission for 28 years of service to our beloved community. Acting as change agents and promoting Dr. Martin Luther King's 6 principles of nonviolence and 6 steps of nonviolent social change. I would like to congratulate the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission for 28 years of beloved service to our community.
First of all, because I love people and I want to make sure that everybody is okay. And I know that I can't service everyone, but I can help those in the sphere of my influence. So this gives me an opportunity to be able to help those that's in need right here in Little Rock, Arkansas and surrounding areas. So wherever I'm needed, I'm willing to go, willing to travel, so that I can make sure that people are fed, clothed, and taken care of. Hey, are those people still coming?
It's still coming.
Oh my God.
Yes, ma'am, it's still coming.
Because some people don't have food or clothes, and I'm here to help my mom.
Two of them, they don't have shirts.
I'm just doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and I just love doing it. And I'm glad that I'm helping a lot of people, and I'm glad I'm helping y'all.
I work at a school, and some of the children come in and they're hungry and they're wanting to take snacks home, and so you never know what their life is like.
Hi, I'm Tracy Steele. One of the greatest honors of my life was to become the first director of the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission. For 11 years, we promoted Dr. King's legacy and philosophy throughout the state of Arkansas. We established wonderful programs for our young people like the King Team and the Junior Commission Leadership Program. We was also honored to host the National Youth Assembly, where we had none other than Mrs. Coretta Scott King come to Arkansas and address over 2,000 young people in our state. This was a wonderful opportunity to promote a legacy that means so much to so many. But just when you think we're making tremendous progress, we have things to happen in our society like we experienced in 2020. This is a stern reminder that Dr. King's legacy and philosophy is as important today as ever before. I encourage you to continue to support the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission and its staff. Happy anniversary and keep up the good work. Thank you.
Hey there, darlings. It's your girl Vivica Fox here. I am so proud to be a part of the King Commission family in Arkansas. I want to congratulate them on 28 years of wonderful service for the community. And remember, like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said, the time is always right to do what is right.
Get ready. Happy 28th anniversary to the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission. Welcome to the Day of Impact. What's up? My name is Howard Hewitt. I just want to say I love all you guys, and Deshaun Scarborough and your crew. Keep up the amazing work you're doing. God bless you. And check it out. We're gonna make this a night to remember. Get ready. Get ready, y'all. God bless.
And now, a special King Holiday performance by R&B sensation Kiki Wyatt.
Happy 28th anniversary to Arkansas's Martin Luther King Jr. I send greetings and well wishes to the Honorable Governor Asa Hutchinson, Lieutenant Governor Tim Griffin, Attorney General Leslie Rutledge, and Executive Director Deshaun Scarborough, and all the head of the state. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and we are here to honor the King's legacy through song. Yeah. Oh,
Hello, my name is Jay Hartman, and I'm a customer service manager for Entergy Arkansas. Under the leadership of our president and CEO, Laura Landrew, Entergy takes pride in supporting outreach and initiatives that build and inspire communities, especially during these unprecedented times. We are proud to support the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission, a division of the Arkansas Department of Education, and the work that they do across the state and the nation to build the beloved community Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. strived for. As part of this beloved community, Entergy is honored to present the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission with this donation of $7,500 to sustain their work and support their outreach across the state, which promotes Dr. King's principles of nonviolence, education, community service, and youth involvement. Congratulations on 28 years of excellence and service.
The Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission would like to thank Entergy for your generous gift. We are honored to have your support. In fact, through our donations, we have been able to provide food and school supplies for hundreds, if not thousands, of economically disadvantaged families across the state. Your donation enables the commission to continue to work towards building the beloved community. You truly make the difference for us, and we're extremely grateful for your assistance. Thank you so much, Entergy.
No more impressions. What I want to do at this time, guys, the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission would proudly presents Ricky Martin Lloyd Walters, better known to the world as Slick Rick, the Ruler. He is a Grammy-nominated English-born performer and the most successful British-American rapper in the music history, who is known as hip-hop's greatest storyteller. Originally from London, the hip-hop veteran began his career in 1983 as a member of the Dougie Fresh and the Get Fresh crew. His music has been sampled 600 times by so many artists. Everybody tried to be like Slick Rick. We had people come out here before then try to be like Slick Rick. But guess what? There's only one ruler. And right now, Slick Rick!
Ladies and gentlemen, it is with outstanding pleasure that we are here to present tonight Slick Rick Barula.
Hawk, who goes yonder?
It is I, sire, Richard of Nottingham.
Well, speak up, man. What is it?
News from the east, sire. Rick the Ruler has returned.
What up, y'all? Hey, kids! Hey, young world! Little reggae, darling. Oh, 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 oh! The world is yours. Yeah, this right here. All ringleaders. Lost. Due to society. Times are changing, it's cool to look bummy and be a dumb dummy. Disrespect mommies, have you forgot? Put you on this earth, who brought you up proud and love you since your birth. Go on, brainwash, you going wild. Hey yo, already have a child. Hey dad, justice stood. People were Bible at the altar. Delivered who was respect by your love a little boy, this what he said. Yeah, kids, have a good time. Did the job, money came of ease. Couldn't stop like I had a disease. Love the lover. Try rubber man was detailed the cover. Top got his on fire. I ain't ready to stop.
Keep still, boy. No need for static.
Put you in his belly and take a slap. Little didn't know little boy was strapped. Give without a gun set.
Why'd you hit me?
That was just straight for a cop. I know. Shut up.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. What? Turn me up, sis. Hold up. Turn me up, man. Yeah. Let's go.
I just wanna rollie with a dabber ranch. I already got some designer to hold on my pants. I just want some ice on my wrist so I look better when I dance. Have you looking at it, put you in a trance. I just wanna rollie with a dabber ranch. I already got some designer to hold on my pants. I just want some ice on my wrist so I look better when I dance. Have you looking at it, put you in a trance. Yeah.
Sit back and check this thing out, darling. See, it's not like me to hurt so deep. So soon, see, I don't know what's happening, baby. I don't know what's coming over me. Can y'all say once? But when I kissed you, come on, little rock, you know how to say twice now. Twice. Oh, like a merry-go-round. Say 3 times now. 3 times.
Well, Marlon, here's the thing, man. Now,
I got a question.
Yes, sir.
Why is it so cold out here? No, I'm serious. I got off the plane. I was wearing this, and the wind said, "Put on a jacket."
It is cold, but you know it hadn't been cold, man. It hasn't been cold at all for the last couple of days.
I know, but it's Arkansas. It ain't supposed to be this cold.
Oh my goodness. My job is to teach Arkansans, particularly youth, about Dr. King.
Okay.
So right now, I need your help to ask some questions and kind of teach our youth a little bit about Dr. King. And some of them may have the right answers, but the way I want to do this, Marlon, to be fair, is to kind of get everybody loud in their prospective areas, and then we'll choose one and give away some gifts or something.
Okay, I'm with that.
You know what? Would you mind taking some pictures for them if we?
Sure, I would take pictures. We're going to do this for the snap. We're going to take some pictures for the snap. Y'all ready to take some pictures for the snap?
All right. Let
us answer some questions about Dr. King.
Are we ready?
Are you going to ask me? Because it's been a minute since I've been in school. So
I'll whisper it to you.
Okay.
Broadway, let's get Broadway's help over here. Broadway Joe, everybody give it up.
Give a Broadway Joe.
Man, I got some.
You know somebody else got that name already, but it's okay.
But you know what? We got to do this fair. Y'all ready to make some noise? I've got some prizes to give away. Let's go back to this section over here. Make some noise. How about back there in the back? Way back there in the back.
They ain't even yelling back there. They're just throwing their pom-poms. What's your name? Olivia. Okay. We're going to ask you a question. Are you ready?
You're doing too much.
You gonna get this right? All right. What's the question?
This is a hard question.
This is a hard one.
This is a hard one.
I don't know it. I can't help you.
All right.
I didn't know any of them. Tell you the truth. I skipped history class over and over again. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
Okay, we want to know the name of Dr. King's mother. Her first name only. First name only. Marlon don't know. I said it was going to be harder.
You know it's bad because nobody could help her in here. Nobody yelled out the name.
Nobody else know. That's the problem.
It's Mama
That's
King.
too hard.
It's Mama King.
We need to know, just give me one of the names, and just first name only, of Dr. King's children. One of the 4 children. One of the names of first. What?
He said Martin.
He
He said
said
Martin Luther King Jr.
According to my sources, there's a Martin Luther King Jr.
There's a Martin Luther King Jr. You got the bike.
You got that bike, man.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
Awesome.
That was
All
stumping me.
right,
got a
now
life.
listen, I'm educating youth.
One can't help, obviously, these days to think about the problems of the world. And I wish the many problems of the Middle East between Shiites and Sunnis, in Israel between the Israelis and the Palestinians, that they would find ways to solve their problems by someone like Martin Luther King. You often wonder why someone like that has not risen up in that part of the world where the problems seem intractable. But to me, that is the message of Martin Luther King, the notion that that's the essential thing of Christianity. I'm not a religious man. I grew up as a Protestant. But 2 things stuck with me in my mind. The notion of forgiveness for our sins, and the notion of brotherly and sisterly love.
What you glad of? Jesus. Everybody, come on. What is it? I can't hear you. Y'all sound good. Y'all sound good. He won't let you down. And I know that he's mine. Oh, mine. Way deep down in my soul. Jesus, his love.
Dr. King came to India in 1959 as a guest of the government of India. He came with his family as well as some of the civil rights leaders to learn about nonviolence. And during their trip around India, they came to the city of Bombay, now called Mumbai. And I was a journalist then, working for the Times of India. And during the trip around Bombay, they came to the little modest house where my grandfather used to live whenever he came to the city. That house has now been transformed into a museum, and the room that my grandfather occupied is sealed. Nobody is allowed to go inside. It's kept in the same condition as it used to be during his time. It's bare of all furniture. The only thing that he used was a mattress on the floor to sit on and sleep, and a little desk where he squatted on the floor and did his work, and his spinning wheel. So people can look through the glass window, but nobody can go inside. When Dr. King came there, he expressed the wish to go inside and sit in meditation for a little while. And the director of the museum made a special case for him being a state guest. She said, all right, I will allow you alone to go inside, but not all of your family members. And so he dismissed everybody and he said, you go about whatever you want to do, and I'm going to sit here in meditation in this room. And he went inside and he sat there and he sat there and he sat there. And soon it was time for the museum to close. And Dr. King showed no signs of coming out of the room. So the director went to him and asked him, when are you planning to leave? We need to close and go home. And he said, I'm not going. I'm not leaving. I'm staying here the night. And she was aghast. She said, how can you stay here? This is a museum. We don't even have a bed for you here. And Dr. King said that if Gandhi could sleep on the floor, I can sleep on the floor. And if he could live here, I can live here. So I'm not going anywhere.
This is Eric Braden. I play Victor Newman on The Young and the Restless. I would like to wish my friends, the Martin Luther King Jr. Commission in Little Rock, Arkansas, a happy 28th anniversary. That's a hell of an accomplishment. And I would like to say a special thank you to LaShawn Scarborough, his wife Angela and family. They've always welcomed us there with open arms. All right, be cool. I'll come back anytime. Bye.
In partnership with the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission, Rock Region Metro is proud to celebrate the 26th anniversary of the MLK Day of Service.
Throughout the pandemic, the Metro team has kept public transit running for essential trips to jobs, grocery stores, and healthcare appointments.
As we continue our COVID-19 response, we encourage our fellow Central Arkansans to perform safe, socially distanced acts of service on MLK Day, such as cleaning up a neighborhood park or making an online donation to a local food bank.
We are proud to serve our community today and every day.
Dr. King believes with my heart, with my mind, with my hands, I can do anything. Dr. King believes with my heart, with my mind, with my hands, I can do anything.
Hi, I'm Susie Everett of Everett Buick GMC. We're a proud sponsor of the 2021 A Day of Impact and A Day of Service. And we're also the recipient of the 2015 Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission Community Service Award. Thank you for allowing us to serve Central Arkansas as we provide our own brand of family-owned, customer-friendly service you can't find anywhere else. Congratulations to the Martin Luther King Jr. Commission on 28 years of excellence. We commend your efforts of increasing awareness and empowering citizens to improve their quality of life through service, diversity, and economic development. We are honored to be longtime supporters, and we're considered family with the Commission. As a member of the business community, we believe in giving back, serving locally and statewide. In remembering the King legacy, we will honor his commitment to service and justice. Dr. King believed life's most persistent question is, what are you doing for others? The Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission is doing for others by providing family and community-based programming statewide. Therefore, Everett Buick GMC is pleased to present the 2021 Susie Everett Youth Community Service Award. This award goes to the ABC girl. That stands for All About Christ, and I love that. So congratulations, Sydney Hobson. I present this award on behalf of the Commission as they strive to recognize young heroes of service. And Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "Everybody can be great because anybody can serve." Now, more than ever, it is important that we teach our youth about the seeds Dr. King planted during his lifetime. We know it today as his dream, and now more than ever, it's important that we groom our youth to commit themselves to a lifetime of service. They are the leaders of tomorrow, and as a community leader, Dr. King realized that the journey to greatness was paved with the footsteps of service. Every great person, every great organization is built on service. May we all be inspired to be great by bowing low in service to others. Thank you very much.
Hi y'all, my name is Sydney and I'm here to talk to you today about drugs and responsibility. I was so thrilled when your counselor asked me to talk to you about these things because I think they have a major impact on people today in this society. Drugs are a very bad thing. They can impact you from the inside and from the outside. When somebody asks you for drugs, you should say no and go tell an adult that you trust because drugs can hurt you and they can actually kill you. My friend's best friend died of a heroin overdose a couple of weeks ago, and I felt so bad for her after looking back on what happened to her, how her story happened. And what I realized about that is how many people would want to buy drugs, but they don't realize the impact it has on you. And it's not just like marijuana and cocaine, it can be vaping too. One boy at my cousin's apartment, he got 7 vapes from his uncle's house, and he actually got a whole lot of people to join with him and vape and smoke. And my cousins didn't do it, but it is so, I won't say incredible, but it is so outstanding of how many people will actually go out there and get drugs and actually think it's fun. Because that is very irresponsible, and I say no to drugs. Part of being responsible is saying no to drugs because drugs can have a major impact if you want to go to like college or something when you get older. And for responsibility, I say listening to your parents and doing what they say. It can be like little things like taking out the trash. It doesn't really even matter. An example of my responsibility is just listening to my parents, doing little things like taking out the trash or helping my mom when she needs to bring groceries in. Or major things like when you're at lunch and you see somebody sitting by themselves, go over there and sit with them. That can brighten up their day, and it may not feel like much to you because you really wanted to sit with that other group of people, but you'll feel really good about it because that person will be so happy, it'll make you happy. So in conclusion, I think drugs and responsibility kind of go together in a way. Saying no to drugs is very responsible, and responsibility is going to tell your parents or your trusted adult if somebody asks you if you want to buy some drugs. So I say no to drugs and be responsible.
This is the most important and crucial period of your lives, for what you do now and what you decide now at this age may well determine which way your life shall go. And the question is whether you have a proper, a solid, and a sound blueprint.
What is your life's blueprint? The Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission issued a challenge to the youth of Arkansas to demonstrate what they can do to keep Dr. King's dream alive and relevant for the 2021 King Holiday Day of Impact Essay Contest. This experience will aim to increase students' knowledge about Dr. King and enhance their language and writing skills, creativity, self-esteem, and character.
We believe we're stronger as a company and a country when people are included, heard, and empowered. Our company has long embraced diversity and inclusion. Those principles are at the core of our values. As we continue to make progress, we encourage an ongoing and open dialogue, one between our associates, customers, members, suppliers, and communities around the world, so that we can reach the best of what we can be. Walmart and Sam's Club are proud to partner with the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission to recognize the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., a man who believed in diversity, inclusion, and equity. It is an honor to award prizes to schools and students who participated in the statewide essay contest and commend them for their hard work in promoting the King legacy. Students from across the state were invited to respond to the following essay prompts. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. is a renowned civil rights leader who fought for equity and recognized the power of service. He said, "Everyone can be great because everybody can serve." Observing the Martin Luther King Jr. federal holiday through service is a way to begin each year with a commitment to making your community a better place. Think about what service means to you, your community, and those who may be of a different background from yourself. Write an essay explaining what service means to you and how service is able to impact our society. What are suggestions and ideas for practical ways of carrying out Dr. King's dream through service? Each district within the state of Arkansas was asked to host the essay contest. Schools selected their top student essays and submitted those entries to their respective district office where the finalists were chosen. Winners were selected from two categories, middle school and high school. Walmart and Sam's Club will award the following prizes. Middle school and high school winners. $1,500 Walmart Sam's Club Foundation grant to overall school of the statewide winner. $50 Walmart Sam's Club gift card for top 10 statewide runner-up finalists, and a $100 Walmart Sam's Club gift card to overall statewide winner. Congratulations to the winning students and schools, and thank you to the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission, a division of the Arkansas Department of Education, for the work you do throughout the state to promote Dr. King's legacy. Walmart and Sam's Club are proud to be part of the beloved community.
The Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission proudly congratulates the following winners of the MLK statewide Youth Essay Contest. Emily Davis, Middle School Division winner, Cade Middle School, Gurdon, Arkansas. Michaela Stevens, High School Division winner, Hot Springs Junior High Academy. Thanks again to our sponsors, Walmart and Sam's Club.
Before I begin reading, I would like to thank the Martin Luther King Jr. Foundation, Sam's Club, and Walmart for this opportunity to participate in this writing contest.
I'm Michaela Stevens from Hot Springs Junior Academy, and I would like to thank the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission, Sam's Club, and Walmart for sponsoring the essay.
The Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission proudly congratulates Reverend Leroy Hood, 2021 Salute to Greatness Award recipient.
Hello, fellow Arkansans. I'm Kermit Parks, Commissioner on the Arkansas Martin Luther King Commission. Today I'd like to congratulate the Commission on 28 years of service to the citizens of the state of Arkansas. One of the things that we should do is recognize those who serve extraordinarily to their community, to the state, in the Salute to Greatness Award. This year, this award is presented to Pastor Leroy Hood. Congratulations.
Good afternoon to the Martin Luther King Jr. Commission. My name is Leroy Hood, Sr. I'm the president of the Martin Luther King Committee in McGee, Arkansas. My wife and I are official in the city of McGee. I'm retired from the federal government. I am the proud pastor of the McGee Chapel Missionary Baptist Church in McGee, Arkansas. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the Commission for this awesome award, realizing there were so many others just as deserving. Thank you so much for your kindness.
Step out and face away.
Okay, please don't shoot me. Please, man.
I'm not gonna shoot you. Step out and face away.
I'm looking you eye to eye, man. Please don't shoot me, man. Please, man. I just lost my mom, man.
On May 25th, 2020, while the country was battling a pandemic, the world watched in horror as 46-year-old George Floyd took his last breaths on a Minneapolis street in broad daylight with the infamous last words that sparked global protest: "I can't breathe." George Floyd's death sparked what many historians call the largest civil rights movement in the history of this country. George Floyd's tragic death also caused many to demand that police departments be defunded and question the state of relationships between the African American community and law enforcement officials, and demand justice for the Floyd family and so many other African American citizens who have died at the hands of law enforcement, including Breonna Taylor. Breonna Taylor, a first responder, was shot and killed by Louisville police officers in March during a botched raid on her apartment. Her death also spawned nationwide protest and outrage.
Who is he? They started shooting. What is this about? We're both just regular workers. Keep walking. Stop. Keep walking.
Please just don't let me dead.
Breonna Taylor, a first responder, was shot and killed by Louisville police officers in March during a botched raid on her apartment. Her death also spawned nationwide protest and outrage. A grand jury indicted a former Louisville police officer in late September for wanton endangerment for his actions during the raid. He pleaded not guilty. No charges were announced against the other two officers who fired shots, and no one was charged for causing Miss Taylor's death.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Crucial Community Conversations, brought to you by Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission and Fox 16. I'm your host, Donna Terrell.
For the second installment of Crucial Community Conversations, the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission sat down in a virtual forum with media, community leaders, and the families of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor to discuss the King legacy, issues of social justice, racism, and relationships with law enforcement. The discussion was bold, powerful, and brutally honest, but passionate.
What surprised me and what irritated me, you can murder my nephew in front of 6 billion people. And you, right now, you know where he is? He's in Florida getting a tan.
Valid question. How come we haven't considered becoming police officers? What is the negative stigma behind becoming a police officer? How do we get rid of that negative stigma? For our family, we're not anti-police. We know that our communities that we live in are ridden with crime, and some crimes that we don't actually agree with or even want to deal with ourselves. So we're not anti-police. We're asking you to look at your budgets and find out where you can cut costs in order to push money into these low-income communities that are experiencing these high crime rates.
You can include Ahmaud Arbery, Bolton Jean. When these situations occur, it's somewhat predictable that justice is not going to prevail for people of color.
And made a difference, but social media gives you that individual voice. And I think when we talk about the movement that we're seeing going on across our country, it's people with individual voices.
Now with social media, good and bad is out there. We can see it all.
to do. He doesn't want us to go into these situations with a radical approach, but sometimes we have to get to the root of the problem. He said injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere.
Until my 18th birthday. Why? Because I want to vote. All right. When I turn 18, I'm going to register to vote. Why? It is my right. It is your right.
That was like a modern day lynching that took place. And that's what moved people. And everyone around the world said, wait a minute, that is not right. That is not right.
Justice for George means justice for all.
Harrelson says the United States turned their compassion into action. They are remembering their loved one, but spreading change.
He was well-rounded and he had a big heart. He wanted to do big things. So now it's our time to lead his legacy on.
The Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission provides a platform through crucial community conversations to host more discussions on these topics, which may be difficult and uncomfortable, but they are crucial because the current climate of our nation requires that we bring the issues to the table, confront them, and develop solutions.
How long? Not long. How long? Because you shall reap what you sow. How long? Not long. How long? Truth forever on the scaffold, wrong forever on the throne. Yes, that scaffold sways the future.
Hi, my name is Selwyn Jones, the uncle of the late George Floyd, here to wish the Martin Luther King Commission of Little Rock, Arkansas, congratulations on 28 years for giving us a platform to talk about race and equality. Deshaun Scarborough, not a better man for the job. Keep doing a great job, my friend.
Hi, I'm Tawana Gordon, cousin of Breonna Taylor. I'd like to take this opportunity to congratulate the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission on 28 years of excellence and service. It means so much to have platforms where we all can come together and discuss issues of social concern. Together we can help keep the legacies of my cousin and martyrs like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. alive through programming interventions and crucial conversations. Thank you to the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission for providing this outlet during these times. It is greatly needed. Keep up the good work.
Hi, I'm Freddie Jackson. I am so delighted to be a part of this celebration for the Arkansas Martin Luther King Commission and its 28th anniversary. 28 years of dedicated service to the community and carrying on Dr. King's legacy. Dr. King once said, "The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in the times of comfort and convenience, but where he stands in the times of challenge and controversy." The year 2020 has had much controversy, but we made it through, and we have to believe that a change is gonna come. I was born by the river in a little tent, and just like the river, I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but a change is gonna come. It's been too hard living, but I'm afraid to die, 'cause I don't know what's up there above the sky. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change is gonna come. I go to the movie, yeah. I go downtown. Somebody's telling me not to hang around. It's been a long time, a mighty long time coming. But I know a change is gonna come. Oh yes, it will. Oh yes, it will.
The Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission congratulates Ernie Paulson, News Director of Fox 16 and KARK News 4, the 2021 Drum Major for Justice Award recipient.
Hi, I'm Gerald Canada, Commissioner for the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission, 2nd District. I'm happy to wish the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission a happy 28th anniversary. Two of our most famous quotes for Dr. King are, life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? And the time is always right to do what is right. I'm honored to present the Drum Major for Justice Award. The Drum Major for Justice Award is presented to community leaders who live ordinary lives but do extraordinary acts of service and make significant contributions to the community with reliability and commitment. This year's Drum Major for Justice Award is presented to Mr. Ernie Paulson. Congratulations, sir.
I just want to say thank you so much to Deshaun Scarborough and the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission for this Drum Major for Justice Award that recognizes the Victory Over Violence campaign. This is an awesome honor, and there are so many people to thank for it that played such a role in Victory Over Violence early on and still do. For those who aren't familiar with the campaign, it was launched in early 2017 after we'd seen a very violent year previously in Little Rock that ended with the shooting deaths of 2 toddlers. Our general manager at the time, Mike Vaughn, and our news director at the time, Austin Kellerman, were instrumental in getting this thing off the ground. We had lots of support from city, community, and state leaders. Congressman French Hill early on really helped us out with this, and everyone at KRK and everyone at Fox 16 bought in. LaFell Jackson has played a big part in this. Robert Holt, who there would be no Victory Over Violence without him, and he continues to be such a key player in this. And I want to say thank you so much, Robert, for all that you continue to do with this campaign. William Graves, aka Uncle Willie, has been at every victory walk, and we thank him for that, along with everyone else who's shown up to the victory walks. The mission statement of Victory Over Violence is pretty simple. We want to reduce crime. From a news standpoint, we want to cover crime responsibly and search for solutions. We want to make sure that we reduce homelessness in our state and hunger in our state, and that we focus on education and trying to mentor kids and get them on the right path going forward. We will continue to do this. I know that 2020 has been a trying year for everyone, and now more than ever, we need to unite our communities. We need to make sure that everyone has food on their plates. We need to make sure that kids who are going to school virtually have mentors. So we're going to continue to push this forward. And I appreciate the support that we have and continue to have from our general manager, Kyle King, to make sure that this is a focal point of KRK and Fox 16. We're going to continue to make sure that we reach out to the communities across Arkansas to promote unity. We want everyone to reach out to their neighbors and make this a better place to live. And we're going to do it by partnering with everyone, the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission. You've always been our partner at KOKY and Fox 16, and we appreciate that. And we're going to continue to partner with you to make Arkansas a better place to live for everyone in our state. Again, thank you so much for this award.
Because we are designed to work together. The organs that you cannot see are the vital organs. A toothache impacts your entire body because everything is connected. You know, you don't know about pain all over until you had a wisdom tooth come in and it affects everything. Believe me, last year I had this happen. The organs that you cannot see are the vital organs. A toothache impacts your entire body because everything is connected. You know, you don't know about pain all over until you had a wisdom tooth come in and it affects everything. Believe me, last year I had this happen, and I was speaking in Hoxie, Arkansas, and could not speak, and I think they told me that was the first time that Sean Scarborough has ever just shut up. And I do not wish that on anyone. But I'm sure you remember Scottie Pippen, retired NBA All-Star player, played alongside Michael Jordan for the Chicago Bulls and back in the 80s and 90s. He was consistent and reliable, averaging about 20 points, even 7 rebounds per game. His strongest asset was defense. But they always talked about Michael Jordan. You're a director. And your director, you're meeting all of your deadlines. You're making a great difference as his assistant, as his helper. Every time you answer the phone, you make a difference. There's someone on the other end of that phone call that appreciates the opportunity, especially in this day and time, to talk to a live person. We realize that in our administrative assistants that are helping us do so, the process of turning coal into diamonds is an interesting process. You see, coal is combustible black or brownish sedimentary rock. In the beginning, we may view our agencies or positions as coal. Through a long, slow process of heat and pressure, it creates clarity and resilience. You see, coal burns up, but diamonds do not. Diamonds are forever. What you do at your agency helps children across the state to shine. What you do for your agency is more than a job, it's service. A gemologist is a specialist who appraises gems. If we look at our agency across the division as raw diamonds or diamonds in the rough, we see that they are valuable. They are valuable to teachers and students. Your service is valuable to school districts across the state of Arkansas. Your service helps children. And when you help children, you make a lasting investment. You see, raw diamonds, our students have value. However, more value can be created when a gemologist helps to remove the flaws and create the facets that make them appealing. As administrative professionals, you are gemologists. You see, you help agency directors and your office to remove those flaws and create facets that make them valuable. You make us valuable. You make us shine. And when we shine, there is a domino effect that is felt across the state of Arkansas. Governor Hutchinson can tell you. Your service helps keep our agencies afloat. And for that reason, but not solely, I'd like to say thank you. I would like to leave you with this poem and words of encouragement from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And I'm sure I speak for all directors through these words. Jennifer, James, Janet, Alicia, across the line. It goes like this. Sometimes I wonder, you know that I do, how things would ever run smooth without you. You are the person who knows every file, every name. You are the one who keeps the agency in its game. We think you're amazing, and just know that this is true. Our offices would go crazy if it weren't for you. Shorthand, typing, mailing a letter for a director, there's nothing better than you as his or her right hand, helping them to understand that assistant that he or she can trust is like having a pile of golden dust. Keep shining. Thank you. I want you all to be encouraged. If a man is called to be a street sweeper, he should sweep the streets as even Michelangelo painted, or Beethoven composed music, or Shakespeare wrote poetry. He should sweep the streets so well that all hosts of heaven and earth would pause to say, here lived a great street sweeper who did his or her job well. Be a bush if you can't be a tree. If you can't be a highway, just be a trail. If you can't be a sun, be a star. For it isn't by size that you win or fail, but be the best of whatever you are. Quoting Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
Hey everyone, what is up? It's Kel Mitchell, and I would like to say happy 28th anniversary to the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission. And thank you for keeping the dream alive. God bless y'all. Yeah.
I am U.S. Representative Danny Davis. I grew up in Parkdale, Arkansas, and was fortunate to attend school at the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. I am a proud Arkansan. I currently represent the 7th Congressional District of Illinois, and I am pleased and excited to extend congratulations to the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission for 28 years of dedication and service and keeping Arkansas moving to higher strengths. Your dedication inspires us all. I wish you many more years of great achievements. And remember Dr. King's words, if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. Congratulations, and keep moving forward.
Hello, my name is Laura Abbott, and I'm with Victims' Rights Arkansas. We are honored today to be a part of the 28th anniversary celebration of the Martin Luther King Jr. Commission Foundation. At Victims' Rights Arkansas, we believe in implementing the 6 key principles of nonviolence that was modeled and implemented by Martin Luther King Jr. We believe that social change and changing injustice can be brought about by bringing love and people together and seeking understanding and compromise. Thank you so much to the Martin Luther King Jr. Commission for this opportunity, and congratulations on your 28th anniversary.
Hi, I'm Jerry Jackson, Mayor of Harrison. I want to congratulate the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission on 28 years of dedication and excellence. Dr. Martin Luther King said, "Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter." The Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission has partnered with the City of Harrison and the Harrison Task Force on Race Relations for several projects, including crucial communicating conversations. a virtual conversation with Dr. Bernice King. The Harrison, Arkansas Community Task Force on Race Relations was established in 2003 with the mission to foster and promote the image and reality of Harrison as a cohesive, warm community to all people of peace and goodwill, regardless of race. We recommit to the mission with the understanding that we need to listen, learn, and stand as allies with our friends and neighbors of all races. Today is not the day to remain silent on racism and bigotry. Thank you for not being silent when voices need to be heard and encouraged all across Arkansas. Together, we can build the beloved community. We applaud your continued work in service. Thank you.
Decades ago, Harrison was a sundown town with signs warning non-whites to be out before dusk. Tonight at dusk, a peace march was held by people of all colors, signifying that the days of old are no more.
We're a loving community. Everybody gets along with everybody. We accept everybody.
Mayor Jeff Crockett says even though the values of the majority of residents has changed, the town's image has remained tarnished due to an influence from KKK supporters.
It hurts because people traveling through town don't know town. They don't know how we are.
In order to change the tide, the town is holding a number of acceptance-driven ceremonies, like a candlelight vigil celebrating the message of Dr. Martin Luther King. The town also buried racism, metaphorically speaking, by burying a real casket.
So what we're wanting to do is bridge the gap, allow these kids to be ambassadors of peace, give them an opportunity to share and love one another.
Deshaun Scarborough says the MLK Commission is here to help move the town forward. He feels it's being held back by the influence of KKK director Thomas Robb, who lives 15 miles outside of city limits.
I live outside of Harrison, but our people, supporters, live in town.
The KKK director says he's offended by the ceremony's message and his side not being represented in the ceremonies.
It's all about white guilt, and it's all about white genocide.
I think if I were to have you in the program, or it wouldn't be as a speaker, but certainly as an individual that needs to take heed to what we're trying to teach.
Let me tell you something. Our concern, the reason people oppose us is simply because we don't want to go along with your program of white genocide.
Rob says the ceremonies are bringing back what he calls 100-year-old issues that have been forgotten. But Harrison's mayor says it has to be done to change the town's image for current and future generations.
It won't go away, because if we leave it alone, the only voice that gets heard is the voice of the hate group.
Everybody else has a right to be proud, and I don't deny that.
Passing through Harrison along Highway 65, this billboard might catch your eye. It features a white girl and the words, quote, "It's not racist to love your people," an ad for White Pride Radio.
The Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission has hosted several projects with the city of Harrison to promote healing and reconciliation within the beloved community.
Today, the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission will host a 1-hour virtual program in partnership with the City of Harrison's Task Force on Race Relations to address the City of Harrison's approach to improving its race relations.
The dream of building the beloved community continues with Harrison, Arkansas, through the Commission's Crucial Community Conversations virtual series. The Crucial Community Conversations virtual programs highlight race relations, social justice, and nonviolence in Arkansas through the lens of current events. The series brings together community leaders to discuss sensitive topics of race, diversity, social justice, and culture. The series is nonpartisan and provides a forum to work towards solutions. The inaugural program featured the mayor of Harrison, Arkansas, the Harrison Task Force on Race Relations, and Dr. Bernice A. King, youngest daughter of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Coretta Scott King, and CEO of the King Center for Nonviolent Social Change in Atlanta, Georgia.
40 years ago, when me and my family moved to Harrison, we were shocked. We were just shocked that the word KKK still existed somewhere in the United States. But since that time, Everybody in Harrison has done so much to change that perception, especially the task force. We have
good to know that we have a growing population of color here in our community. Our latest statistics show that 6% of our population, including Hispanics and Latinos, are non-white. So for Boone County, which is our county in which Harrison resides, that's about 2,200 people that live here that make up this growing, vibrant community. They move here for work, they move here to go to school at our community college, they move here to retire. And that's such an important part of our community that gets lost oftentimes in our reputation. We're proud of that. And the education that we have gotten through working with the Martin Luther King Commission, and then we were able to attend at the King Center, has been an absolute treasure to us. We have focused on the idea of cultural competency, not attacking other people, not in any way trying to be insulting or degrading, but trying to up everyone's level of the education, of the history, of the things that we need to know so we can move forward together in this as a community. And
Do Black Lives Matter? And what does that mean when you hear that statement?
Yes, Black Lives Matter. And it means simply that, Black Lives Matter. We must work harder, and we will, work smarter, and we will, to overcome this. And we've been working for 40 years, and we're going to continue to work hard. And there will come a time when Harrison is known for what it is, and that is a peaceful and loving community.
Very good, very good.
Today is not the day to remain silent on racism and bigotry. Hi, everybody. I'm Scott Hoffman with the Harrison, Arkansas Task Force on Race Relations. We want to congratulate the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission on 28 years of dedication and excellence. We are proud as a task force to partner with you on so many projects, and we want to thank you for helping us make Harrison a more welcoming community to all. Peace.
Hi, this is the lead dog, Broadway Joe, with Power 92 Jams, KOKY Praise, and the Broadway Joe video show. I just want to say happy 28th anniversary to the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission. And thanks for everything you do in the great state of Arkansas to keep the dream alive. I remember when Deshaun took over as the executive director of the Martin Luther King Jr. Commission, he came on my talk show. And one of the questions he asked me after the interview was, what are some of the things that you think that I can do to grow the commission and make it better for the state of Arkansas? And I told him, just remember, it's a statewide organization. It's not a central Arkansas thing, a western Arkansas thing, or eastern Arkansas thing. It's a statewide thing. And your job is to serve the entire state of Arkansas. Little did I know at that time that years later, he would come back to me and remind me of that conversation. Joey, remember what you told me when I first took over this job about serving the entire state of Arkansas? Well, I've got a special project and I need your help with it. I'm heading to Harrison, Arkansas to bury racism. And I said, man, we'll promote it. That's a great idea. And he said, but I want you to come along with us. And I was like, let me think about that. And I did. And after prayer and a lot of thought, I did go on that journey to Harrison, Arkansas. And we did bury racism. And I can tell you, with the climate in this country right now, every state should have a Martin Luther King Jr. Commission. And they should be practicing the doctrine of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. We need it right now in this country more than ever. I just want to thank you all for what you're doing. Continue to keep up the great work for the great state of Arkansas with keeping the dream alive. And I want to leave you with a quote from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. The time is always right to do what's right. Thank you, Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission, for doing what's right. Hooty hoo!
Hello, my name is Jessica McDaniel, and I am a community liaison with the Central Arkansas Library System. It is my pleasure to speak to you today in recognition of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day. While CALS is closed to allow our employees the opportunity to get outside of our walls and participate in whatever community service that they're inspired, it is also a great opportunity for me to let you know how you can carry the torch and spirit of Dr. King not only today, but every day by visiting and supporting your local library system. Here at CALS, we pride ourselves on providing a diverse collection of reading materials, programming, and also a lot of opportunities to get involved in the community. Whether you decide to visit a branch in person, pick up your materials curbside, download a book or a magazine from the comfort of your own home, take the time to log on to Facebook or YouTube and enjoy a story time with your little one, there is something for everyone within our system. We are here to assist you to reach your full potential and to inspire discovery, learning, and cultural expression.
Hello, I'm Alexis Wainwright with KRK4 News and Fox 16. I'm also a proud supporter of the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission. I'd like to wish the commission a happy 28th anniversary, and I look forward to partnering in the community with them in the future.
Hi, my name is Tiffany Andrews. I'm from Season 9 Sunday Best, and I would like to say happy 28th anniversary to Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission. I had a great time last year, and at this time, I will be singing one of Martin Luther King's favorite songs, Precious Lord. Precious Lord, take my hand
I'm Mayor Frank Scott Jr. of the great city of Little Rock. I'm pleased to be a part of this day of recognition, celebration, and service as we honor one of the leading drum majors for justice, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I'm joining you from the historic First Baptist Church in downtown Little Rock at the corner of 7th and Gaines Streets. It's one of the oldest black congregations in Little Rock. Pastor Byers and the First Baptist family, thank you for allowing me to visit this great monument that is on the National Register of Historic Places. It is within these sacred walls that Dr. King preached here in 1963, 4 months before the March on Washington and the famous I Have a Dream speech. Today, I congratulate the Arkansas Martin Luther King Jr. Commission as you celebrate 28 years of highlighting the work of Dr. King and the work that must continue today if we are ever to reach the goal of our founding fathers, that America become a more perfect union. As the first African American elected mayor of Little Rock by popular vote, I'm humbled by and honored to acknowledge the King legacy. I am a part of Dr. King's dream, and I'm grateful that he and other leaders of the civil rights movement paved the way for Southern black mayors like me to be a part of the long journey to justice, of building better neighborhoods and communities for those who've been left out and left behind. The theme of my administration is to unite Little Rock. And through economic and social justice, we are creating a city that provides economic opportunity to all of its residents. Because when we do justice, the whole of our society benefits. I'm reminded of Dr. King's words in the letter from a Birmingham jail, that the time is always right to do what is right. Let that truth resonate with you and guide you as you do the work to strengthen your home, neighborhoods, or schools. And I pray that through today's day of service, you gain a greater sense of duty to democracy. We all must commit ourselves daily to shepherding this fragile experiment, which is the United States of America. Let us march on until victory is won.
Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. grew up in Atlanta, Georgia during the Jim Crow era. He experienced racial prejudice from the time he was very young. which inspired him to dedicate his life to achieving equality and justice for Americans of all colors. He started at Morehouse College at the age of 15 years old. Dr. King believed that nonviolence was the way to bring about social change. Through his activism and inspirational speeches, he played a pivotal role in ending the legal segregation of African American citizens in the United States, as well as the creation of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965. The 1968 Poor People's Campaign was organized by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and the Southern Christian Leadership Conference. The goal was to champion for economic justice for poor people across all racial lines in the United States. The campaign crossed racial barriers and included African Americans, white Americans, Asian Americans, Hispanic Americans, and Native Americans, aimed at alleviating poverty regardless of race. His leadership during the Civil Rights Movement would forever seal his place in history as the greatest civil rights icon of all time.